What's up, guys? Today we're going to go through Infrared's viral Mongoloid explosion where he lost the plot. Everyone in the comment section is like, Giga Chad, so based. Yeah, screw these Angloids, dude. Mongoloids rule. People of color, man. We were real kings and shit, bro. But all this guy has done is spit out a bunch of nonsense quickly and aggressively, and people are eating it up. So let's just slow it down a little bit, and I'll point out in all the ways this guy is just a moron.
Your name's Kanzuk? Isn't that a cope? You actually believe in that? You think you're gonna revive your dead fucking empire? Is that what you think? Is that what you tell yourself?
No, it's actually just Canadian Zuckerberg, you know, like Canuck, Mark Zuckerberg.
No, it's Kanzuk. We know what Kanzuk means. You think you're gonna revive your dead empire? That's your cope you're selling? You little bitch?
Oh, it's interesting you actually know what Kanzuk is, because, you know,
of course I know what it is. So you think you're gonna revive that dead empire? Is that what you think?
Oh, like in a formal fashion? Like, not really.
But all of you combined don't amount to shit. Now do you?
What do you mean by that?
You all America's dogs. All of you combined will never amount to anything. You have nothing. You have no substantive base. It's just based on financial abstraction. You have no substantive basis for your economies. Nothing. Australia only fucking gets by selling fucking raw materials to China. You have fucking nothing. UK's industry is dead. What the fuck does New Zealand have? Kiwis?
This guy is just factually wrong on everything he says. So if Kanzuk was a hypothetical empire that existed where there was free trade, there was free movement, military alliance, it would be a superpower. Firstly, it would be the largest nation in the world, right? At 18 million square kilometers, that's larger than Russia. It would also include some of the most resource-rich countries on Earth combined, and it wouldn't become an overpopulated wasteland such as China and India have become, where these people have to go into other countries and buy up their fertile farmland because their land isn't enough to feed their huge populations. Kanzuk's GDP per capita would be 45,000, which is roughly 4 times that of China today. Its GDP would be $6.5 trillion, which would be the 3rd largest GDP in the world today. The self-described Mongoloid says that we have no substantive base to our economies and that Australia only gets by from selling raw materials to China, which is just completely false. So if you look at the Australian economy, it's dominated by the service sector. Alright, in 2017, it comprised 62.7% of the GDP and employed 78.8% of the labor force. If you look at the mining industry, it only accounts for between 5 and 10% of that GDP. So I don't know where this Mongoloid's getting his facts from, right? I know I'm using Wikipedia, but what is he using? It's pretty clear that if the Kanzuk Empire came into fruition, it would be a mighty force. We would have the largest geographical area, we would have the most resource-rich geographical area, we would have the most educated population per capita, we would have an extremely high GDP per capita, we would have an extremely high GDP just in general. So what could go wrong in this situation? It seems like this guy is just trying to cope so hard. He hasn't looked at any of the stats before he just started spitting nonsense with like a deranged incel kind of vibe to him.
Stop talking like a monk.
What does Canada have? Financial speculators dumping their fucking shit in a fucking pile somewhere. You have no substantive base. You have no people's economy. You have no real lifeblood of your economies. You're just fucking parasites. Financial parasites. And you think you're gonna revive your empire? No, it's America's big cock. That's the reason you guys have anything right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty big cock, and it's one that you seem to hate.
It's the one shoved so far up your fucking ass that you forgot it was fucking there, and you're actually so deluded as to think that you can just have your Kanzuk and you're gonna have your empire that's gonna work out, even though America's the only one who inherited that empire, and that empire is collapsing.
It's collapsing because we invited in people like him and naturalized them as citizens as if we had to. We didn't have to. There was no reason for the mass multiracialism of the Western world. If you look at countries in the Gulf region or in Japan, you can benefit from temporary skilled workers without ever naturalizing them and giving them citizenship. And this is where we went wrong in the Western world. We've created all of this division between people because none of us share any racial, cultural similarities anymore.
How does that make you feel?
Well, you're saying a lot of words, so it's quite a lot.
I am saying a lot of words. Do you not comprehend? Do you not speak English? Kanzuk? Kanzuk? English is supposed to be your first fucking language.
Well, you're just talking like a Mongoloid.
I don't give a fuck. I am a Mongoloid. In my heart, I'm a Mongoloid. That is what I am. We are a horde. That is what we are. Yes, we are that. We are 100% that.
That's not something to be proud of.
It is something to be proud of, bitch, because the Mongols are the ones who created civilization. And you created nothing but barbarism. You're the fucking barbarians. You destroyed the treasures of mankind and civilizations. The Mongols only united it.
This guy romanticizing the Mongol Empire is truly pathetic. They weren't civilization makers, no, they were civilization destroyers. They killed off 11% of the world's population during their rule. Tens of millions of people across Eurasia were genocided, were enslaved due to Mongol conquest.
You fucking bitch! You cans cuck bitch! What the fuck do you know about civilization? What the fuck do you know about pride? What the fuck do you have to be proud of except looting, genociding, and destroying the cultures and peoples and wealth of this world? What the fuck do you know, cans cuck?
We've already established that the Mongols participated in all of those things and more. But here are some videos I made on Arab slave trade. I suggest you watch this one first. It's about the Arab enslavement of white people. 10 million white Europeans were enslaved in North Africa and Middle East for 1,000 years. It didn't stop until Europeans colonized North Africa in the 1850s to stop the Barbary pirates. But 10 million white folk enslaved in the Middle East. In another debate with Infrared, I heard him say that slavery, the Arab slavery at least, wasn't racially based. Completely false. If you go through this article here, this other video I made, you'll see that Arab slavery was definitely racially based, and Arabs viewed themselves as racially superior to other people.
Well, you're the one here chimping out, so...
I am chipping out, bitch!
What's up, guys? My name is Dr. Davinsky. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm a PhD in sociology. What I do is I debate leftists and these anti-white types, and I just own them. I wipe the floor with them. So, Infrared, if you want to debate me, we can organize this, and I promise you, just, yeah. Like and subscribe.